How many of you have heard of the word web scraping before? How many of you have heard of the word web scraping before? You can unmute, guys. Except your mouth is fasting. Can you guys hear? Can anyone hear me? Do we have students in this class, or should we end the class so that I
Yeah,
can
Mr.
focus
David,
on
we are
other
hearing you,
things?
Mr. David. We are
Yes,
hearing you
sir.
loud and clear.
Yeah, I love when we are in an online session. You don't just listen. We are here to learn and
I hear
communicate.
you, sir.
So if you are sitting on your bed, this is a very good time for you to stand up and get yourself a seat. I know that today is weekend, so some of you are already doing some interesting things. Please, if you are in the club, just enjoy yourself and make sure you stay muted. If you dey go church, make sure that you are muted. These are some of the challenges we have when we have classes during weekends. People are either tired or non-responsive, or you know. So please try to respond when I ask questions. The question I'm asking is, how many of you have heard of web scraping before? If you have heard of it, just put your hands up and tell us something about it. If you have not heard about web scraping before, can you put your hands up? Let me see. If you don't put your hands up, get ready to answer my question right now. Paul Roslin, are you here? Paul Roslin.
I'm with you, sir.
Okay, you just carried your hands up. Oluwafumi Lola. Are you here?
I'm here, sir.
What is
Yes,
web
sir. Yes, sir.
what is web scraping?
I'm with you.
Oluwafumi Lola, right? What is web scraping, please? You've not heard of web scraping and your hands are not up and you are quiet. Are you in class, Oluwafumi Lola? Patricia. Is Patricia here? Okay. So the thing is, when I call your name and you are not responding to me, it means you are not in class. I'm going to kick you out. So I'll call this, if I call your names, because, it's just fair that when you are in class, you kind of respect the person who is teaching, the person's time and resources, and you try to not be passive, but try to be active. So if I get to call your name, please, you can unmute, acknowledge you're in class. If I call you twice, I don't get to hear from you. I'll remove you from the call. So let's start again. Audu Kabiru, are you here? Audi Kabiru, are you here? If you are speaking, I'm not hearing you. You can unmute.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Audi, have you heard of web scrapping before?
No, sir.
Chinyere, is oh my God.
Miracle, sir. Good evening, sir.
Good evening. I'm sorry. Okay.
I'm here. I'm present.
Christina Akpata.
Good evening, sir. I can hear you.
Edikano Kokun. Edikano Kokun.
Yes, sir. Good evening, sir.
Okay. Inyabasi Okori.
Screen scraping.
Yes, I'm here.
Displayed on screen.
John Uka.
I'm here, sir.
Juliet Ekeji.
I'm here, sir.
Okay. We're going to stop there. I'll call other names randomly.
Patricia
right.
is here. Yes, sir.
Sir, you did not call me. Oh.
Who is that? Paul Roslin.
Sir, you did not. I didn't hear my name, so I'm present too.
All right. Thank you. So you can put down your hands. I'm happy we are all on the same group now. So Mubaraka, our professor in the sharing of screen department, are you here?
I'm here, Mr. David. I'm on. Can you hear me? I'm on.
Yes, you can share your screen. But before then, let me say this. I'll be talking about two things today. One thing is an introduction to libraries in Python programming. Okay. And the second thing is I want to introduce you guys to web scripting. Tomorrow when we meet for class, would be explaining the code that you ran when you were building that quiz game. Do you remember the game? The suggestion game. Do you remember? We looked at it in the last class. How many of you run it on your end? Did you enjoy playing it? Did you enjoy the results it gave you? Is there anybody that had any challenge? Is there anyone that had any challenge, any question at all? Any question or challenge at all from the code or the thing that we did the last class?
Yes, I had.
Okay, what's the question?
Yeah, I think the last quiz you sent that Mubarak ran, I could not. It didn't work on my system.
Okay.
That's the
Why
one you
didn't
asked
it
us to
work?
copy, paste, and run it.
Why
I don't
didn't it
know.
work?
I don't know. I tried changing one or two things. It didn't work.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Are you going to attend class tomorrow?
Definitely, by God's grace.
Okay, so we are going to look at the code that didn't work tomorrow, okay? So that we can use that opportunity to explain what each line of those codes mean.
Okay, sir. Thank you very much, sir.
So the way I teach Python programming is this. Unlike other courses in data analysis or data science or machine learning or anything like that, in my course in Python programming, we build projects first. Normally, that's how I teach. We build projects first. We could build games. We could build websites. We could, not websites, sorry. We could build games. We could come up with some algorithms. We could do some test and train data sets. For instance, you've been seeing a lot of For those of you that are familiar with artificial intelligence, self-driving cars, so normally there are certain tests and there are certain data sets that are being used to test and train these algorithms. And so I heard that my third boss, yeah, I used to I call them my third boss, the guys in the Ministry of Information and Digital Innovation, because we've been working with them for a couple of months now. I heard that they are trying to build a model, an AI model for Nigeria, which is really interesting. I look forward to the success of that project as well. But if you are ever going to find yourself in a position where you can start building those models, then tomorrow you should take absolute attention, pay absolute attention to Python programming. I mean, there are a lot of other programming languages there, but Python is one of the most popular out there. And if you know what you're doing, it's also pretty easy to use, it's pretty easy to navigate as well. So your fear of coding should be a thing of the past as long as you are here. Make sure you ask questions as much as you can. And I must also say this, that tomorrow is going to be my last class with those of you. Normally, last week was supposed to be the last class, but I decided to have 2 extra classes, which is today and tomorrow. And for those of you who would want to continue to the end of this month, you already know what to do. You can reach out to me or to our virtual assistants, and they will definitely attend to you. We already have people who are enrolled for private sessions, which I actually, in fact, the web scraping I'm going to be teaching you guys today, if we have enough time, is what I taught the students just during my break this morning. So please, this is just an encouragement to all of you to please take this thing very, very serious. And I'm going to share my screen so that I can show you, put some money, put some figures into this thing I'm going to be sharing with you today. Let me know if you can see my screen. Can you see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
All right, please. Can someone read what's there? Read what's here, please, from here.
Web scraping is a term used to describe the use of a program or algorithm to extract and process large numbers of data from the web. Whether you're a data scientist, engineer, or anybody who analyzes large numbers of database, the ability to scrape data from the web is a useful skill to have.
Exactly. The word web scraping is simply trying to get data from a particular website. So we could get data from different types of websites. They could be educational websites, they could be e-commerce websites, like let's say Konga. So web scraping simply means we want to get the data of every single thing that is on this website. Does that make sense? So you want to get data from computers and accessories. You want to get data from phone and tablets, electronics, Konga fashion, home and kitchen, baby kids and toy. So you want to be able to get every single thing from the name of the appliance to the brand to the amount. How many of you can do that? Because the truth is, it is not humanly, well, it's humanly possible, but it's going to take you a lot of sweat, and you would have to suffer. When you click on each of these products, you click on one of these. Are we still in class?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Imagine clicking on one of these, and then you go to your Microsoft Excel, and then you put Binatone, Blender. So under blenders, you now put all the different types of blenders there. You put their product code, you put their brand, you put the amount, you put whether it's available for delivery or not. Then you open another column and put overview, description, warranty, reviews. Then when you are done with column number one, or sorry, row number one, you go to row number two, you do the same thing for the next one. So this one is 75,000. This one is 87,000. So how many years do you think it will take you for you to finish scraping data from all the items here? So we have all these items. You see them, right? Every single box contains an image and the amount. Every single one. And this is only under mixers, blenders, and juicers. What if you go to phones and tablets? You see all of these other devices, thousands and thousands of products. So how many months or hours do you think it will take for you to type all of this manually? Hello, did you hear the question?
A lot.
Yes, sir.
It could
How
be
many
much.
hours do you think it will take you to get to this point, to arrange all the data that's on this website, organize them, where you have phones, you list all the phones that are there, the amount, the brand, whether it's available for delivery or not. How many hours do you think it will take you?
It will take years. Forever.
All right, so that's why you need technology is an enabler, right? It simply helps us to fasten the output of whatever we want to do. So web scraping, according to our definition, is what? It's a program that we use to extract large amounts of data. Imagine that you are asked to extract the number of Nigerians that are on Facebook in Lagos alone. You are asked to put their name, their location, their all the activities that they have been having for the past 1 week. How many years do you think it will take for you to finish Lagos State, Nigeria alone?
Eternity.
By the time you finish one local government,
Exhausted.
your first son must have gotten married. By the time you enter the next local government, they have buried you, but you don't know because you are still scraping, you are still doing copy and paste. So that's why web scraping is very, very, very important. Any question on this?
No, sir.
No, sir.
So we are going to do this, all this one na theory. We are going to practice all of this today. But before we do that, we need to understand what are libraries, because we are going to be using a library called Beautiful Soup. Yes, so soup where you and I the chop. We have it. That library in Python is called Beautiful Soup. So anytime you are talking about soup, do not mention soup as a normal bloody citizen. Remember that there is something called Beautiful Soup in Python, and it's a library that is used to extract thousands of data sets. I hope that one is clear. This explanation is very simple, is it not?
Yes, sir.
Good. Now it's time for us to practice. Mubaraka, share your screen, please. And the first title we have is Types of Libraries in Python Programming. Please have your pen and paper. If you don't have this, have your pen and paper. So okay, so let's go to our Jupyter notebook. If you have your laptop open, ready to practice, give me a thumbs up. Let me see. You have your laptop, okay, Tobias. Okay, only 2 people. Okay, Ode Vivian, Shibu. Only 4 people out of 28. Patricia, Edikan, okay. So Edikan is here. She decided to keep quiet. Alabi, all right, good. I see we are ready to practice. Good. The rest of you that don't have your laptop open, Shebi, you want me to command the Indaboski Pahose on you? She'll release my powers and my thunder. All right, so you open your notebook. By the way, how was the class on Sunday? Did you guys enjoy it?
Yeah, it was an advanced one, but a good preamble.
Okay. So the title for today is Types of Libraries in Python Programming. Types of libraries in Python programming. So we are not just going to look at these libraries. We are going to be using one of them today. Please don't be in a hurry to leave the class. If you are, no problem. Don't forget, tomorrow is my last class with those who enroll for this program for free. So use this time well. So types of libraries in Python programming. So you can make that a title. And then we have a couple of libraries. We have okay. So the first thing that we must know is that we have one library which is very important, and it is called the standard library. Standard library is number 1. For instance, an example of a standard library, we have math, OS, datetime, JSON. So all those photographs that you want to import a photograph, you want to see a date and time variable, you want to use all of that. That falls under standard library. So number 2, data manipulation libraries. We are going to be using one of them today. Data manipulation libraries. For those of you who are going to join our data analysis class, you will realize that you'll be doing lots of data analysis. And in Python, the data analysis library there are 2 of them. The first one is called, And in data manipulation libraries, we have two of them. The first one is called Pandas, and the second one is called NumPy. We already know what data manipulation is. Is there anyone that doesn't understand what data manipulation is? Anybody? Don't be shy. Let's be sure everyone is on the same page. Okay, everybody understands what data manipulation is. But in case you were shy to say something about not understanding it, anytime you hear about manipulation of data, we are looking at cleaning of data, we are looking at analyzing of data, modeling, and all of those things. So because sometimes your O, we can have 500, which is 500, but some people will mistakenly type 500. Have you experienced something like that? Have you guys heard something like that before? Instead of 500, the person will put 500.
Yes, sir.
Hello, are we here?
Yes, we are here.
Yes, sir.
You know that if you are going to add 500 and 500 together, you are not going to have 10,000, right? So as a data analyst or data scientist, part of your job is going to be to clean that type of data, remove all the O and replace them with 0. It's the same thing. Some people could, in the process of typing certain alphabets, instead of writing S, they go and write 5, because 5 and S, they are almost similar. Have you guys experienced something like that? What other alphabets and numbers are
I'm
similar?
not following. I'm having network issue.
1 and I.
1 and I, thank you. What else? Even 1 and exclamation sign. True or false?
True, sir.
True.
So all of those alphabets and numbers, they could get mixed up in the process of you trying to analyze or clean your data or even work with it. So somebody was saying you are not following. Please come, oh, let me take you. Let me take you. Let me take you. Where are you going? Paul Roslyn, where are you going to? Talk to me. What's the problem?
The thing is breaching. Your network is breaching.
Is that true for everybody, please?
No, sir. Maybe
Not for everybody.
from our
No,
side.
sir. It's from our side.
So Paul Roslyn, please, you can log out and log back in and pray to God that your enemy should not succeed.
Okay. Amen, they will not. Okay, no problem.
All right, so can we continue? So we know that we have the first one, we have the standard library, the second is data manipulation libraries, and then the third is called visualization libraries. One of them, you were taught about one of them on Sunday. Who remembers the name?
Bouquet.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. All the beautiful ladies here, please, you must never forget that because it begins with a boo. It begins with a boo. Never forget bouquet. It is spelled B-O-K-E-T. K-E-H. There is a O. That is why it is a boo. So we have Bouquet, we have Matplotlib, we have Seaborn. Those are the three libraries.
That was so wonderful.
Matplotlib and Seaborn.
Yeah, plotograph. It's in the West this week. Matplotlib.
Are we together?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I just discovered that I need to be dropping some codes for you guys so that you copy. So I'm thinking of putting all the codes in a doc so that you guys can copy it from there. Because if I drop it in the chat box, you know, it will either break or some people will make mistakes copying. So what do you think? Is it a good idea?
It's a good idea.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so let me quickly open a Google Doc now and then paste because I want us to practice some of these libraries and then see how they work. So give me a sec.
Just stumble into this thing. Remember what class of time now? Just stumble into it.
Wasting my time. Let me use my. Sorry. Can that person mute, please? So those who are listening to this recording will not be distracted. So I'm going to drop it in the group. Let me know if you can see it, okay? Have you seen it? Have you seen it, please? Someone,
Yes, I've seen it.
Yes, I've seen
can
it.
someone drop it? Please, can someone drop it for me here in the comment section so that I could click? I had to use my phone to do that, so that it will make it easier for everyone. Okay, if I say copy and we build something and then we can now spend the time to work on it or explain the codes, what they mean. That way you already see what they are doing or what they can do. What you now need to do is to understand, how did this come about? How can I study this thing? I think it's a faster way to learn. Oh goodness, this thing is wasting my time. Are we still here, please?
We're here, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, but the document is empty.
Yes, I know it's empty. I have to open it on my laptop. Okay, it's open now. So let's proceed with the class. Let's talk about the other parts of the Python code. All right, so we have Bokeh, Matplotlib, Seaborn. Perfect. So now the next type of library, who knows the name? We have the standard library, we have the data manipulation libraries, we have the visualization libraries. Who remembers the name of another library?
Is it Mac OS?
Machine learning.
No?
Machine learning libraries.
Machine learning libraries. Okay. Example.
Mac OS.
Mac OS is an example of what type of library? I was thinking that somebody will mention web development library. All the websites on this planet, they have a library. They have libraries for it. And we already know that web development, we're looking at web applications and services. All the websites that you've ever think of that has been built by humans, they worked on libraries like Django and Flask. Okay. Django, D-J-A-N-G-O. There is a D before the J. Django. And Flask, Flask. T, not D, not T. D as in dog. Yes. Django and Flask. Those are web development libraries. Please, this is a good to know knowledge. Then we have networking libraries. We are going to be using one of them today to extract our data sets. Remember, I said we are going to be using one, Pandas, for data manipulation, and then we are going to be using one under networking. So, have you ever been to any place, maybe a hospital, maybe yeah, this one is very popular. You've gone to a mall, and when you buy something, they will get that thing and then scan it, and then you will see the price of the products. Have you had that experience?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Exactly. So that software is built on a networking library that helps people to manage network or protocols like that in a facility. So you go to a particular place, you want to make payments. There is a central database or the central networking system or computer, it could be from in the manager's office or anything like that, that he can have access to how many products have been sold, because downstairs or anywhere else in the company, the product that are scanned are automatically calculated for you from the system. You've experienced something like that, right?
Yes,
So
sir.
those are all networking libraries, and there are two of them. One we are going to be using is called Request. And Request is simply used for making, of course, for making requests to HTML, HTML or HTTP, all of this grammar. Don't worry, we'll talk about all of them as we proceed. And then Socket is another one, like your eye socket and Socket. So those are networking libraries. And then let's not forget our machine learning libraries. Machine learning, this is very important for those of you who are going to be interested in algorithms. I've been working with algorithms for the past, in fact, since last year, November, for a project. And trust me, this machine learning is not for beginners. So you need to be somewhere in Python programming to be able to master how to build and understand algorithms. But it's simple if you know what you're doing. So machine learning libraries, we are looking at Skitlearn, we are looking at TensorFlow. It's very popular. TensorFlow was actually developed by Google. Skitlearn. Skitlearn is spelled SCIKIT, iPhone, then learn. iPhone learn. There's an iPhone before learn, and then TensorFlow. TensorFlow, TensorFlow. The F there in TensorFlow is in caps.
I beg your pardon on the last one.
TensorFlow. 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 Donc, then another one, we have deep learning libraries. You've already heard of this one, deep learning libraries. The word library should not scare you. If at all you grew up going to a library to read, then the word library shouldn't scare you. I used to go to the library to read as a kid because I didn't understand why a teenage boy will have a big breast on his chest I didn't know that was a result of puberty. Nobody taught me anyway. So I went to the library, fell in love with it, and I discovered, oh, this is not a disease. It's a developmental stage. So when you go to the library, you would see libraries are divided into sections. You would see a section on literature, you see another section on religion, you see another section on history, on science, on biology, all of those sections. And if you are a biologist, what section are you going to go to? Jesus Christ. Can you guys hear me?
Biology,
Yes,
go to
sir.
Yes, sir.
maybe
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
we can hear you.
plants, animals.
Yeah, you go over there. I was becoming afraid that the people here didn't experience going to the library. Are you making me feel as if I'm an ancestor? Come on, guys. Make me feel alive.
So, Mr. David, we do.
I know it's going to the library these days is not very popular amongst the Gen Z, W, X, Y, Z human beings. But, some of them are really exceptional. They are e-libraries these days, so I don't blame them. But a traditional library, when you go there, you have a library card and you can pick a book, return that book. You go to a particular section. My favorite section was literature and history. I spent hours reading. And then psychology, which I later studied in my second degree. So literature, psychology, history, and of course, mechanical engineering. Those were my favorite sections. I have no business in, even under literature, I have no business going to read romantic novels. It's a waste of emotion and hormones. I have no business going to read medical textbooks, neuro surgery. I had no business with all of those sections in the library. So I am introducing you guys to all these libraries because you need to sit down and find out for yourself. Because remember, this is a beginner class in Python program. You need to ask yourself, look, I am interested in data manipulation. The moment you identify you are interested in data manipulation, then what should you be learning? What library should you be mastering? Pandas and NumPy. If you're interested in visualization libraries, we should introduce to you guys on Sunday. You focus on Bokeh, Matplotlib, Seaborn. If you're interested in web development, you focus on those libraries. Are you guys following me? So
Yes.
master each
Yes,
library, how they are imported, how they are used. But once you are done mastering, you build projects on those libraries. As we are going to be building one on web scraping using 2 of those libraries, as a matter of fact. And you keep growing and you keep growing. Before you know it, when you are now talking to people about Python programming, you can talk about the libraries, the languages in Python, the libraries that you have mastered. So when you go online and you see people mentioning, I am good in Python, I'm good with Bokeh, Matplotlib, Django, Flash, so a lot of people, they are like, okay, which one be Bokeh, which one be JSON, or which one be, you just laugh about it because at the end of the day, you are simply mentioning libraries that you have mastered. Are we following, guys?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
So please find out what exactly do you see yourself doing. All right. So deep learning libraries is another one. And all of the robots, the AI, the neural network. By the way, according to news, Elon Musk successfully implanted a chip in the brain of someone who was physically challenged. And the guy is still alive after 3 months, I think. So that means in the next decade, nobody will be stupid anymore. And I'm going to miss calling people stupid because people who are stupid can now buy an intelligent chip and then, either swallow it or put it in their brain and they will be unstupid. The world is going to be very filled with so many intelligent people. But you know, a stupid person will still be stupid because they will refuse to buy the chip. So we are getting there. We are gradually getting there. And if there is anybody that is failing in an exam, it will no longer be that the person is dull, but it will be if you fail an exam especially in a country like Nigeria, it will no longer be, oh, you are dull or something like that. Just carry the person for medical checkup, psychological checkup. You know, they should check the brain. They will check you because you can't live in a technologically driven world and you are still stupid. There are chips available. You know, you can't say that you are barren. You can't. You won't. There are certain things that will become a taboo. In fact, as we speak right now, there is a group of people that are trying to fight death, trying to discover what is that thing that makes human beings die. The funny thing is that maybe they'll cure death after my own death, and it will pain me because you know I wanted to live longer than my ancestors. But well, who knows? Tomorrow they will find out another technology that can take your bones from the grave and rebrand you, you know, clone you and all of those things. It's already happening in the animal kingdom where you clone animals, and those things are interesting. So if you are interested in this part of technology, then you can stop some study about deep learning and machine learning. It's a very interesting field. I am particularly interested in it because I want to build a personal robot for myself before I die. You know, robot that will massage me when I wake up in the morning, give me breakfast, you know, remind me of certain things I need to do. Just run one or two things.
As a wife.
Yeah,
Your
yeah.
wife.
And the robot will find. Now I call him wife. I say robots. Don't try me. So
What's the massaging?
yes, now. So that if I don't want to talk to anybody, I just go and off your battery.
Hey.
So deep learning libraries. Mubarak, are you still here? Share your screen, please.
Yes, you are not seeing my screen.
No, I'm not seeing yours. Can you see your screen, please?
No, it's not.
Oh,
No, sir.
Okay.
let me reshare.
Please reshare
Yeah,
so that it
disconnected.
doesn't become a deep learning problem. So, but it's fun. I mean, think about it. A life where you create heaven for yourself, even on earth. You don't need to die. And you don't need to be stupid because there are chips available. You don't need to be lonely because there'll be robots. You don't need to tell anybody to come to your house because you can create that person by yourself for yourself. You don't need to force people to cook for you because you can create something that can cook for you. It's going to be a very interesting period. Couple of years from now, the world, all the fantasy movies that we've been watching, they're already coming true. So deep learning libraries, we have Keras, we have PyTorch. Keras is Keras. Keras.
Come again. I didn't hear you well.
Keras. Ke as in kettle, E as in egg, R as in rat, A as in apple, S as in stupid. Yes, no, there's no T. So it's Keras and PyTorch. Py, as the name implies, P and a Y and then torch. And then we have number 8, torch. There is no It's TORCH. Then we have what is called database libraries. Everybody here have heard of database, isn't it? Facebook has a database that contains the rows and columns of everybody that have ever opened a Facebook account. Amazon has a database containing the amount, everything that you need to order a product from. Your website has databases, you know. So what library are you going to use to get insights, to execute queries, to manage your data storage? You see, so when I hacked a friend's phone a couple of years ago, it was simply because of my understanding of database. So I knew where things are saved, and I simply just used a few codes and I was able to access it. But now I'm a new creature in Christ. I no longer hack people's phone, even when they want to break my heart. So database libraries, we have SQL Alchemy, we have PyMongo. Of course, you have been hearing of MongoDB and NoSQL Server database. So we have SQL Alchemy, they are together. SQL Alchemy. How many of you have read of that book, The Alchemy?
The spelling of alchemy.
Alchemy, ALCHEMY. ALCHEMY. So the words are together and the A is capital A. Yes, and the words are together. So we have Alchemy and PyMongo. Alchemy, it's a great book. It's an award-winning book. I don't know. Now I know they read book. Now I know they watch film. Which one are they do? You still die. You know. People are living a very boring life. Please challenge yourself. Read books. Watch interesting movies, not just Korean, all those emotional movies. PyMongo, M is M, not B. MONM, yes, Mongo. And then we also have what we call testing libraries. We have testing libraries. Testing libraries. Who can explain what this one means? This one is very easy. Who can explain what it means? What do you think this library is about?
I think just like ID, the Replit ID, where you write a code and you just test the code and it will run.
Okay, thank you. Who else? What do you think happens in the testing library? What exactly are we trying to achieve with this library?
Maybe like for these data sets which are used for training, things like ChatGPT and so on.
You can use it to test your code, whether it's working, whether they're working well or something.
Exactly. There's no or something. It's whether they are working well. So it's simple. If you want to test your code, and I'm going to, if someone should remind me at the end of this class, I should mention a place where you can, it's a name of a website where you can actually copy your code, go there and test it. All right. But you can actually also test your code inside your Jupyter notebook using this library. So you'll be hearing of PyTest. Right? It's the name of the library to under test. It's a testing library. PyTest and unit test. Unit test is together, like SI unit test. Unit test. Good. Yeah.
Is it double T or just one T? Unit test.
Unit test, double T.
Okay.
So when you import all of these libraries, which I'm going to show you shortly, you can now use that to test your data set. It's going to tell you, okay, this code is not going to work. So that if you were planning to build an algorithm for a robot that should help you to cook, make you no go write code, robots go, they slap you for night. So you have to test it first. So you test it to be sure that that robot can actually cook. Before you go and submit the code to the engineers, and then when they run the code inside the database, the framework in the robot will, instead of cooking, will be slapping you. So you will remember, say I warn you. Anyway, number 10, we have those ones that are called scientific computing libraries. This one is not for those that hate mathematics, because you can't escape from it. All the guys in OpenAI, all the algorithms in this world, all the co-pilots, they are all built on computational analysis, statistical functions, operations, all the calculus you ran away from in your secondary school or college or technical. You are going to meet them, right? So scientific computing libraries, we have the SciPy and the SymPy. SciPy and SymPy. SciPy is SCIPY, and then SymPy is SYMPY. And then lastly, okay, it's not lastly, we have another library which I love. Actually, it's called Natural Language Processing Libraries. An example of this, how many of you know? Give me an example of NLP libraries. Natural Language Processing Libraries. Come on, guys. Give me an example. I just mentioned some of them, one of them a few minutes ago. Huh? How many of you have heard of ChatGPT?
Yes,
Perplexity AI, I2, Copilot, GPT-4. Those are all natural language processing. When we say natural language processing libraries, it means that these libraries simply provide tools that will help computers to analyze human language data. You and I already know that computers have only two types of languages, zeros and ones. So if you ask ChatGPT, tell me something about South Africa. You know what? Let's try it. Let's try it. Go to ChatGPT. Open ChatGPT. Let's try it. Just ask it any question. Ask this thing any question. Are we still together here?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. I still have like
Yes, sir. Yeah.
we have like 30 minutes more. So if you're in a hurry, my last class with you guys, the free guys, is tomorrow. So I need to make you learn this. Web scraping, if you know web scraping, guys, and you are very good at it, trust me, that one alone can feed you. I'm going to show you. Don't worry, we'll do something about it. Okay, so you see all of that. So what question did he ask this thing?
To list Python libraries.
You see. So do you think, now the question is, do you think that ChatGPT is a human being for it to actually write this thing in English with good, correct grammar? Do you think it knows what it's doing?
No, it just looks for patterns from the data it has.
Okay. Is there anyone else here that do you think it knows what it's doing?
No, sir. It uses a library, just like something, something that is stored somewhere. It will fetch from there immediately. You query it. It will fetch it from there and return the request.
So I got more insight into how natural language processing works when I started working on my project on algorithms, and I discovered, look, at the back end of everything that you are seeing here, this is all English, but at the back end are ones and zeros. You won't believe it. So there are connectives. So it takes the first sentence of your question or the first word, adds it up to the next word, it keeps adding, almost like a matrix. The more it adds, the more it derives meaning from it to bring up other meaning. I mean, if I want to explain this in English language, it's probably going to be even much more complicated than what we see here. So the point is, natural language processing is that thing that, in simple language, is the computer trying to mimic human language. All right, it's that simple as that. Let's go back. So we have natural language processing libraries, and an example of them includes what? Pillow and OpenCV. Sorry, NLTK and Spacey. NLTK, capital, all of them should be in caps.
So what of transformer?
What of what?
Transformer.
Is it a natural language processing library?
Yes, sir.
Have you used it before?
No, but I've read it once. Yeah.
Okay, you can put it. I've not used it before. Put it in bracket, open and close, and then we can take it out later.
Okay.
Because remember, even me that's teaching, I don't
use classification.
What?
It does text classification and name entity recognition.
Okay, yeah, I remember. Unfortunately, I'm not going to spend time to talk about natural language processing because that's like advanced Python programming course. But I'll be happy if I have a student that shows interest. So we have NLTK and then Spacey. Spacey is SPACY. SP, everything is small letter except the C. Then the last one, the last library type is called the image processing library. Of course, what can we do without images? And so the image processing libraries, there are two of them, OpenCV and then Pillow. So that student that is actually sleeping on your bed and with a pillow, I'm pretty sure you would never forget that I caught you today, and the pillow that you are sleeping on is actually a name of a library under image processing library.
I beg your pardon on the libraries.
Pillow. Image processing libraries. Pillow. Yeah, that's it. Then OpenCV and OpenCV. OpenCV, O is capital, and then CV is caps. All right, now that we are done looking at all these libraries, it's time for us to practice some web scraping. So the next topic, web scraping, put that in a title. Now we are going to scrape a particular data from the internet, and then we are going to analyze it and then put it in a CSV file and open it in Microsoft Word. So you can open a new line of code and then put your title, web scraping using Python. Web scraping, there is a in the scraping. So the question is, are we ready? The question that we want to solve now are we together?
Sure, Mr. David.
Yes, sir.
The question that we want to solve now is scrape the data. The question is scraping is A, not I.
I wanted to ask.
A, like apple.
I think it should be double P, Abi.
Yes, double P. So I want us to the question here is scrape the data from the internet. And what is the data? We want to have the list of the largest companies, list of largest companies in the United States. So where do you think we can get this data? Who knows? Where do you think we can get this data online? We want to take that data of the list of the largest companies in the US and then pull it out from the website and put it in Microsoft Word. That is our target. And we want to use Python programming to achieve it.
We can Google like on Wikipedia.
Go to
Okay.
stock.
Like on Wikipedia.
Mr. David,
Yes.
you go to stock exchange market. You get the details.
Exchange market. Okay.
We can also Google it.
So let's Google it and see the options.
copy.
Let's Google it. What are you seeing?
There is a Wikipedia page here.
All right. Now open the Wikipedia page. If you have a copy of the document that I sent to you, I'm going to change the editing now so that people will not go and delete things. You can see I've typed the question in the document. So please go there and copy the question. So I'm going to write the code and I'll be putting it there in that document. Will that help? Does it make sense?
Yes.
All right. So First thing first, we are going to import some libraries. What's the name of the library? I say that we are going to use ToWebScript. Remembers?
Beautiful soup.
Beautiful soup. Thank you. So if your soup is sweet, you will not go forget this one. So we are going to say, I've dropped the code in the text box. We are going to say from BS4 import beautiful soup. Then you hit enter and you click on import request. We all know what request is. True or false? Hello. We all know what
Also
request is.
library. It is also library.
It's a library. What type of library?
Network.
Network.
Network. Thank you. Thank you. Because we cannot look at any website if we don't have a library that will help us to do some networking. Are we together?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
So that's it. So now that we are run that, have you put, let me check. Have you imported the libraries?
You said from. Did you share the code?
It's in the document that I dropped the document. So you have to open it.
The WhatsApp group.
Open it with your phone so that you can type it with your system if that works.
You drop it in the WhatsApp group, Abi?
Yes, it was also dropped here. The comment section. I hope everybody is following.
Yes, sir.
Good. So now we have imported beautiful soup. We have imported request. That is the second thing. Now, the next thing that we need to do. What?
Mr. David, what is BS4?
BS4 is the name of the library, the location too, where we are importing beautiful soup.
Okay.
It's like saying from a certain location, import beautiful soup. So that is the standard code for it.
Hello, can you hear me, please?
Yes, I can hear you.
This code you wrote from BS4 import beautiful soap. It's like you have treated that particular program before.
Which program?
There was this code, you said import from beautiful soup. The one you wrote at the Google.
Yeah. What's your question? What's your question about?
So what I want to ask, this beautiful soup, it's like you've done that one. You have done that one before, right?
We are just doing it together. Abi, is there anybody that we learn beautiful soup? Beautiful soup, like I said, is a name of a library that will help us to extract data from the internet. Without importing beautiful soup, you cannot extract data from the internet.
Okay, so why I ask, when we started initially, you asked of those that wrote a code for one game like that, whose code cannot run.
We've not used beautiful soup. We don't use beautiful soup for running
But we can,
games.
even if we have used it before, now we can still use it again. Now we're still learning now. The things that we meet today, we can still meet it tomorrow.
Don't worry, just take your time and learn how this works. You will see the result, okay?
Okay, no worry. I'm with you. Thank you, sir.
Oh yeah, be with me. So the next thing is we are going to call the name of that URL. I have posted it on the Google form. Who can tell me what have you noticed about the URL? What have you noticed about URL?
Well, we've seen what? We've seen Wikipedia. It's like from Wikipedia, then list of largest companies in the United States by revenue.
Okay. How many of you know how to get URL?
Well, I think if you type this list of largest companies in the United States, you can, when you click on...
So Mubarak, go to your, thank you, go to your website and copy the URL there where you have, yes, exactly. So you can see we have a list of largest public traded companies, right? So we're going to work with this. So you say URL equals to, you now paste the name of the, you paste the name of, you paste the URL. And then you run the, no. URL equals to, it has to be, yeah. You run the code. Awesome. So there's no error. Now, should you have any error? For instance, did you notice that this URL is inserted inside a string? Did you notice it?
Yes.
Good. If you ever remove the URL from the string, meaning if you remove it from the quotes is at the beginning of the HTTPS, and at the end, you would see it ends with a quote. If you remove any of those quotes, you are going to get an error. It's going to be a syntax error telling you that this is not correct. So you have to make sure that it is in a string function or a string statement. But for us to be sure that we can actually access, because the truth is that getting data from certain websites are prohibited. They are illegal. You can't get it. It's like going to somebody's house to remove the contents of the house, remove their shoes, remove their bags, and then start displaying it for the rest of the world to see. Nobody wants that to happen to them. So certain companies will not want people to scrape their data and use it for malicious purposes. I hope that is clear. So anytime you want to work with data, make sure you use the request.get and then you insert your URL to be sure that there is no error. If you have a 200 as an output, then you know that there's no error.
Yes, I have a 200.
Yes, you have a 200. That means that you can access the website.
Okay.
So you run that request.get URL. If you run the code and you have a 200, it means that you can access the website. Bracket open, then your URL, bracket close. Then you run the code. So always remember, this is how you can actually know that your...
Wow, I got 200. Response 200.
So there is an error. It's called a name error. Can someone help him to identify the error? I've seen it myself. What are you still going to do there? It's an error. You need to correct it. 200. Perfect. So that means we are good to go. Now we are going to assign this request to a variable called page. So I'm going to write it so that you see how that is going to look like. So we're going to assign it. We're going to say page equals to request dot get URL. So I need you to click on that and then run the code. Have you done it? Put the page in small letter, please. Have you run it?
Yes, I've run it.
Okay. Did it show any error?
No.
Good. Now, we are going to now say beautiful soup. Pay attention to my spellings. We are going to index that page. We are going to say page.text, comma, and we want to see the HTML code on that website. Oh yeah, I need you to run that code quickly. Beautiful soup. We want to index the page by seeing the HTML code for it.
So should I start with beautiful soup?
Yes, exactly as you see it. Have you seen it? Did it run?
No, there's an error message. There's error. It's a beautiful syntax.
Be careful how you put it. Make sure it is properly spelled.
May I just copied and pasted? Let me see. Soup page. I copied and pasted. Let me see.
It gives an error.
Okay, it gives an error. So now we are going to, let's see how we can correct that. So we are going to say soup equals to beautiful soup because we need to assign this a variable. So do that, let's see. Did it work?
No.
Invalid character. Why is it saying invalid character? Okay, let's try something else. So we are going to say html.parser. I'm going to put some other options. Let's see. So we're going to say soup equals to beautiful soup. It ran in mine. I don't know why it didn't run in yours. HTML dot parser. Run the second one. Let's see.
You just combine, you copied the two option now, the two requests, you combine it.
No, you remove it. You remove one. Some of you said one wasn't working. Don't combine it, please. You remove one. If the other one wasn't working, you use the parser. Yeah. Let's see. Okay,
It's also not working.
There is some mistake. I don't know where it's coming from.
Hello, Mr. David.
Yes.
It is pointing at the HTML.
It's pointing at the HTML. Okay, wait. I don't know why. I mean, this is not supposed to happen. Can you run the code again from beginning?
It is not working still.
I don't know. Are we supposed to have the beautiful soup installed or something, or it's already there? Or, I don't know.
Oh, yeah. That's a very good. That's I forgot that this is not my
Yeah.
my system.
Yeah,
Please,
because when you say it's working on your system, yes.
yeah, we have to install Beautiful Soup. Thank you for that observation.
Okay.
So pip install request, pip install Beautiful Soup. Let me copy this. That's a very brilliant observation. So normally,
it's the anointing. It's the anointing of the Holy Ghost.
Yes, so I should give you your second wife. I've dropped it. We need to install it first. So I've dropped it in the just copy pip install request, then pip install Beautiful Soup. Now it is from that installation that will now import request and Beautiful Soup. That was I think somebody asked me a question, what is BS4? If I had remembered that we didn't install this, I would probably have said, oh, we need to install, because it is BS4 is actually a recall from what we installed. So let's see if that will work. Install request and Beautiful Soup first. Have you installed it?
In Jupyter, we type this
Yes,
code.
I've finished.
Then run the code. Let's see if it will work. I hope it does.
I think it should work.
Let me try with the first one. If I go to
remove the parser. So before you assign Beautiful Soup to any variable, let us run Beautiful Soup first. So remove the soup equals to, let us even see the HTML of the website that we are trying to scrap. It's still showing
an error.
So in that case, we need to stop, restart your kernel because of the new things we just installed. Restart your kernel. So we are going to start. Click on kernel, or better still, open a new page. Is there anybody that's trying it that worked?
Some of us have not installed the Beautiful Soup yet too.
What's stopping you?
You say pip install Beautiful Soup. There is something you said before pip install Beautiful Soup. We should pip install what?
It's already, it's all those questions you're asking is already in the document I sent. I'm pasting the code there. Just go there, copy it, and put it in your Jupyter notebook.
Because I refreshed on the Google and the Google Sheet, I could not find it.
So pip install request, pip install beautiful soup 4. That's what you'd see. Mubaraka, please share your screen. I just hope I'll be able to finish this in a few minutes. So you can now
I've selected a new one.
Yeah, install the libraries. You have to install the libraries first before importing. So let's take it one step at a time. Is it installed? It's still running. All right. So you see it's installed now. So let's import. Run the code. And when we insert our URL or the website we want to scrape data from, run the code. Okay, no error. So the next thing is we do what? We check the request. And you have to, so the thing about this is you have to run this code one after the other. So run the request first. And let's get feedback. And then
there is an error there.
What is it showing? It's still running. Is it not
here up?
What?
Up
Mine
here.
has there's an output of response 200.
Yes. So if yours show 200, it means that we are good. 200 means that you can access the website, you can scrape the data. 404 means you can't do anything. And you've seen the 404 error many times. 403 is it has failed to retrieve the code.
It's giving me an error.
So Vivian, if yours went through, can you run the next code? You can just put your page equals to request on the same line, just assign that request to the variable call page and then run it.
Okay.
Did it go through?
I think it's still running on a different line, right?
On a different line or on the same line, it's still fine. As long as we have the 200 message, we can just edit it.
It just went through, entered another line, like no
yes.
message, no
Yeah.
output. Okay.
It went through. That's fine. So now have your beautiful soup, bracket open, page.text, comma, then HTML.
Okay.
Can you share your screen so that we can follow what you...
I'm using my phone and laptop. I'm coming, please.
Okay, Mubarak, are you still here?
I have an invalid, a syntax error. And that beautiful soup. Let me try and join with my laptop.
I need to see what that error is saying. So
okay,
that I can...
Let me try and join.
Are you connected? Anyone sharing their screen?
Mr. David, can you see?
Can you guys see? No, I can't see your screen. Can you guys see her screen, please?
No.
Yes, I can see her screen.
Okay. Can you guys see her screen, please? Apart from the one person. Hello?
No, we can't. The screen is off now.
Please share your screen again.
Can you guys see it now?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I've seen the error. See, yeah. Sorry. You see that HTML? Remove that fanciful quote, and he puts just put the quote from your laptop. I don't know why. Of course, this is because I put it on Google Doc. So that quote before HTML, remove it and put the one from your laptop. You see that there's going to be a difference. Put a single quote. You see can you see there's a difference between this one and the other one? Can you see, guys? Run this code. Let's see. Can you see it worked? Now,
I would like to share my own so that you see.
Now print soup. Let's see the HTML. Print soup. A small thing like this, they make people, they look computer like mad people. Small quote. They think I'll make you to doubt yourself. So print soup. Vivian, if I say print soup, you put soup, which is a variable, in brackets. No, in brackets. In brackets. You don't put variables in quotes. Then you run it. So the shortcut to run is Shift and Enter. Can you see now? This is the HTML code for that website. I think we can proceed now. Any question before we go far? I want us to finish this thing today. If you want to go and perfect your web scraping skill.
So I'm confused. My phone is having error.
Why is it having error?
I don't know. Unless I share the screen so that you see it.
Share, let me see.
Okay, sir. Can you see it?
I can't see. Vivian, stop sharing. Let this person share.
Okay.
Okay.
Can you see it now? Look at the error it's showing me. Invalid.
I just corrected that error now. I just corrected it.
From HTML.
Yes, I just corrected it. Change that quote. No, it's still going to show error. Now you have run an infinite loop. This is not going to stop. Okay, it stopped. It's not defined. So go back to the code. Be patient. Just listen. I say remove the quotes that you copied from the Google Doc and insert the one that you are going to type manually on your laptop. A single quote at the beginning of H and the last one at the end of L. Try that.
I've removed the one soup equals a beautiful soup bracket page dot text. Is that one?
Yes.
I've removed the quote. The quote.
Someone explain what I'm trying to say to her.
Use your own quote. Use the single quotation on your own laptop.
Okay.
No. Leave that side. That one ran. There's nothing there. Just leave that side.
Okay,
run
the one of
line 7. You've corrected it now. Run line 7. Run line 7. Good.
I've done that.
Now print soup. Print soup. No.
In brackets.
No.
What is in brackets?
No.
Okay.
Why do we have to put soup in brackets and then we put other things in quotes or single quotes? Why?
Soup is a variable.
Soup is a variable. If I say print anything, you can't print a variable that is in quotes. So can you see now?
Yes.
Good. So let's
for
continue.
me now. It's not easy. You guys should clap for me now. You guys should clap for me.
Oh yeah, oh, clap for Amo.
Wow, thank you.
Well done. So, Mubaraka, you see here, or Vivian, share your screen.
Yes.
Let's continue with you. Okay, Mubaraka, did you get it now?
Yeah, it worked.
All right, let's continue. We must finish. We have to speed up. We must finish this. Web scraping is a very good skill to have. Share your screen. Let's move on. So now that we have seen all the HTML from the website,
I hope you are able to see my screen.
so the next thing that we want to do now is we want to find div elements. So I need you to write a comment. Have you guys ever gone to a website before and you see different sections like contact us, about us page, menu? Have you seen all those things before on a website?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Good. In HTML, there is a code name for it. It is called div. So you can write it down as a comment so you don't forget. Div in HTML, you can figure out the theoretical understanding of it or explanation of it, but it is simply like a container of elements in a website. So you can have div menu, and under that menu, you can have a menu with a big header, a menu with a small header, and a menu with a big header is called H1. A menu with a small header could be H2. Then you have columns, you have homepage, you have logos, you have hyperlink. All of this hyperlink is called href. So anywhere you, okay, now let's go to the website. Let's go to the website. Go to the Wikipedia website. Let me show you guys clearly what this thing means so that we can proceed. So now right click on the body of this place. Right click, then look for inspect. Have you seen inspect? No. Click on the body of the website, not on the top. On the body of the website itself.
Here.
Where you have the list of companies, scroll down to where you have all those tables. Just click on the body. Yes. Click on the body, right click, and scroll down, you see inspect.
Yes, I've seen it.
Now click on inspect. So you see there is something that is opening up.
Yeah, like codes.
Exactly. It is not like codes, it is codes. It's called HTML codes. So you see all those things, right? You see div. Can you see that? You see div class, container, div class, kiniko. All of those things are all the things that you see, all the codes that make up this website. So if I want to change anything on this website, if you have the permission from the back end, you access the back end, you can now remove Walmart. That is why you did not get married to your ex, because you edited their code and move on with your life. Guys, are we together in class?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So now that we have seen how this code look like, go to where you have that arrow. There is an arrow facing the top of that code. No, the first arrow facing diagonal. Yes, that one. Click on it. Click on it. Now, the moment you click on it, you can take your cursor to the body of that table. Highlight any part of the table. Now, when you highlight any part of the table, you can see certain details of that particular section of the table will be highlighted for you, as well as it will be shown to you in the code where it is located. True or false?
True.
So this particular retail that you've highlighted is called what? A TD, which is a detail, role detail. Now look, highlight rank. Let's see what it's going to show you. Rank at the top. Rank is a column header. Yes, you see that? TH. Can you see? TH.header sort. That simply means what? It simply means a header. Anywhere you see TH, we are looking at what? Header. Please remember these things. Anywhere you see TH, you are looking at what? Header. Anywhere you see TD, you are looking at what? Rows. Anywhere you see href, you are looking at what? Hyperlink. For instance, go to where you have that hyperlink of Fortune 500. Put your cursor there. Where you have Fortune 500 is just above the table. Exactly. Can you see that? So you see A. Can you see A? That A means what? Hyperlink. Now look at the code. Look at the code by your right-hand side as you highlight. As you highlight that hyperlink. Can you see where it's located? Can you see href there? Hello? Can you see it? As you highlight the hyperlink, can you see on your code href? Can you see it?
Yes, sir.
Yes, you can see it.
Exactly. So if you get to work with a company or you work with a client that tells you, I want you to scrape the data from this website for me. I want to have access to all the hyperlinks because there is a problem with one of the hyperlinks. We want to edit it. Have you ever gone to a website and you click a hyperlink? Instead of it to take you to where it wants you wanted it to take you to, it takes you to another place. Have you experienced something like that?
Yes, sir.
Yes. It is simply because somebody have played around with the hyperlink code. So they can do some redirection, they can do some edits and all of that. So any question on this part?
Well, I think can the code be locked so that every time Dick and Harry will not be able to do some editing?
No, on this one you can't edit it because this is just the front end. It is those who have access to the back end that can edit it.
Okay.
So whatever you do here, you are just using it to practice. The people that own this website are the only ones that
Can you copy the code from? Hello, sir.
Yes, you can copy the codes. Why not? It's called open source for a reason. Open source means everybody have access to it, but not everybody can edit it.
And all these codes are Python code.
This is HTML.
HTML code.
Okay. Yes. Okay.
Everybody have access to your. Does everybody have access to your wife? No. Now only you now get back end code. But everybody can see your wife when she goes out because that is open source. You can greet her, mama, good morning. How are you? They see you are fine. No, see your neck as a fool. Those ones are the front end. But the back end now, it is only the Oga that knows the code that he ran that is making mama's neck to be full. I hope you understand.
Very clear.
Good. But the interesting thing is with this code, with this explanation, you can actually start to web scrap. So that's what we are going to practice. So let's go back to our code. We're going to say soup.find bracket open div. I'm going to put that in the code so you don't miss it.
Mr. David, is on mine here when I look at it. When I was running it, I didn't use the other thing of soup. I just said beautiful soup. I didn't make it a variable as soup.
Okay, so you need to make it a variable so that we can call that variable anytime we want. Because you can't be
Yes, yes.
typing beautiful soup all the time that you want to see HTML. We can simply just call soup, and then it's going to bring all the elements under that variable for us. So you guys always make this mistake. You see what is happening now. You said print soup. So what you are actually doing now is you are printing you are not printing the variable soup. You are printing soup as a string. Well, once you remove those quotes and then you print soup as a variable, you will definitely see your HTML. That's it. So now that we have printed soup, we want to be able to find all the div elements in the code to be able to know. So div elements, you copy it, you find. So we're going to use two functions, the find and the find all function. The first one is .find, and then the second one is find all. So when you run this, you run the code, you will see what it looks like, and then you come back and then run the second code. So you also see the difference. So you will now see that that particular table is made up of different elements. Can you see that? You can see the div class. We have the vector header container. All of those things make up the div class. But we want to go even much more specific in our code. We want to be able to that is called a column. So let's look for any place that you have column. Have you seen any place you see? Just scroll down, look through the code. Have you seen any place you'll see COL? We're looking for a column. Have you seen? Those of you that have fast eyes, have you seen any place there's a COL? Because we need to look for it. So on my own, I saw some. You can just copy the code in the doc so that we can locate the column. If you find time to look for it, you would see this particular column. If you run, no, make sure it's not showing anything. Why? That should be. Why is it not showing that? Why is it not showing? I don't know why. This thing. Make sure your quotes are actually from your laptop. Okay, it didn't show anything. Interesting. Okay, let's try another one. Let's look at paragraphs. Let's see if we can call out some paragraphs. Paragraph stands for what? P. So we're going to find every place that there is a paragraph. I'm going to find. I'm curious to know why the column stuff did not work. If there's anybody that can run it from their end and let me know why it didn't work. It showed that there is an empty column. Could it be that there was no column at all? Okay, so it said so you can see that it has given what website was this again? Is this Wikipedia? No.
Yes, it is a Wikipedia page.
Scroll down, let me see.
You mean on the page or the code?
The code.
That's where the code ends.
Okay, that's where it ends. Okay, so these are all the paragraphs in the page on the website. Okay, this is interesting. All right, so the next thing that we want to do is we find the paragraph. We want to we want to be able to
the web see the
Okay, so I don't sleep. Good night.
sweet dreams. You see there.
I beg, leave for God, go sleep. Good night, ma.
Is
We're almost done. Yeah, this is very important. So now that we have found all the paragraphs, we want to be able to find the title. So remember what I said about title. Title is TH. Okay. Title is TH. So run the code. Let's see what it looks like. Baraka, you see there? Hello, guys, can you hear me?
Okay.
Yes, I'm there.
What happened to him?
I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. You stop sharing your screen.
Sorry. I'm using my computer and phone, but it seems the computer keeps on logging me out. I don't know why.
Can I share my own, sir?
Okay, share yours. Let's.
Okay.
Anyone, Paul, Vivian, any of you can share your screen.
I've shared my
confess that. Okay.
Sir, my own is.
All right. So copy the code. Okay, you have already run it. Interesting. So now these are all the titles. So if you go to that website, you will see that we have. Let's go back to that website to confirm if this information is correct. We are gradually getting there, okay? Go back. Can you see any table called employee, headquarter, rank, name, industry, revenue, employee? Have you
You
seen?
know, my own thing, the table. What was the key the title you people search for in
You
Wikipedia?
copy the URL up and you post it in your Google search.
Okay.
Is that what you did?
I want to do it now, sir.
Nah, okay. You didn't copy the URL. So where are all these titles coming from?
Oh, you mean okay, I've done it, sir. I cannot inspect. So what was the question, sir?
Scroll down.
Okay,
Let's
I've
look at
seen
your
it.
code. Let's look at your code. Scroll up, let me see.
Is it my code or from the site?
Your
See
own
my
code.
own here.
Yeah. Wait a minute. Just take it easy. Scroll up, okay? All right, scroll up again.
Should I keep going up?
Yes. All right. That's fine. Let's continue.
I should come down, sir.
No,
Scroll
don't
down.
worry. Let's. Okay, now it's time for us to scrape from some table. Okay, we want to check if this thing has a table before we check the headers. Okay, so soup.find all table. We want to see all the tables. Did you stop sharing?
Sir, I thought
Vivian,
you
are you
said you
seeing?
want to start.
No. Please run the code I just pasted there. Yeah. So these are all the tables on that website. You could see the hyperlinks. You could see every table that you see on that website. This is it on HTML. But you and I know that it's not everybody that will understand what's there. So what if we want to just simply see the column name of the table? So we are going to do what is called listing. And unfortunately, we didn't talk about lists for the free guys, but those who are in the paid group, they know about listing. So when we say listing, we are simply naming a particular variable or element according to number. So let's say my name is David. So D is going to be what? D is going to be, let me put this here. So we have David, D-A-V-I-D, right? So we now have D is going to be what? Equals to 0. A equals to what? 1. Are you following me? V equals to 2. I equals to 3. And then D, the last one, equals to 4. So this is what listing means. All right. This is what listing means. Let me put this here. So anytime I want to call the last alphabet, I want to see only the last alphabet. What am I going to do? I am going to call number 4, and only the last D will come out. That is what listing does. On a very basic term, we'll probably look at this for those who may be interested in getting on board and learning even much more. So now I need you to copy this, to copy the soup.find all, and then we are going to list the first one, which is what? A. We want to list the first the first thing. So copy the code. Let's run it. Viola. So now we have a list of all the column headers. And the next thing we want to do, now that we have the name of the column headers, we need to call the name of the class. So look at that code. What is the name of the class for the header there? What's the name of the class? Look at the code. What's the name of the class?
Week table.
Week table, sort table. That's the name of the class.
Sort table.
So we are going to include it in our code. We are going to say find the table with the class week table, sort table. So I've put the code there for you. And then after that, we are going to call in, assign the first thing that we did, or the first list. We are going to assign it a table, and then we are going to print table. When we are done, we come back here. We are going to find our title in all of the columns. And then we are going to assign something, a variable called world titles, to our find all title. Then we are going to print that world title.
Sir, please, I want to ask a question.
Yes, go ahead.
That from the code you listed at the Google Doc, where we have had as a comment DAV, that is David, D as equal to 0, A as equal to, I think that second line is still a comment.
I just use that as an example. It is not part of the code. It's still a comment. I was trying to use that to actually explain what the meaning of list is, because you see one, you see soup.find all table, and then you see one in square brackets. So I was like, that one that you are seeing is an example of a list. And I gave you a name, my name David, for instance, and I say, if you want to call only the last D in David, you can use list to call the last D. The first D begins with a 0. So anytime you see any list that begins with 0, it doesn't mean that there's nothing there. It means that that is the first alphabet, or that is the first number, or that's the first variable, that's the first anything at all that they are asking you to find. Is that clear?
Sir. Yes, sir.
So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to write all the codes, and I want all of you to run this code one after the other. So now I'm going to write, now I'm done. We are going to now import pandas. Who remembers what pandas is all about? Who remember?
Manipulation.
Exactly. So we are going to import that library to be able to manipulate things. So run this code one after the other because we are far behind. Probably tomorrow I will find time to explain what some of them mean.
But I got an error there.
Where did you get an error? Let me finish pasting the code so that I can go through what you're doing.
Yeah.
I had to write this note down after running the code by myself so that I can make this easier for you guys. Is anyone else out running errors? So let me see.
Sir, please, I have a question.
What's the question?
From the code where you said import pandas as PD. So when I ran the code,
Yeah.
I did not see any output until I inserted the last code. I now saw something like a table, but it was just a single row.
Yes.
Does it mean that when I run, okay, for that of import pandas as PD, if you run it, you will not see any output?
You are actually importing a library. You are not supposed to see an output. It is when you use that library that you will definitely see an output. So you didn't get an error, right?
No, sir.
All right. So I don't know, Mubaraka, why do you have an error in yours?
But I'm not done with the whole thing. No. I'm just at the table.find.
The error was here. The error was here when I said print table. Or I go on the next line of code here. Table.find.
So yeah, you see, we have defined the table, which is soup.find. You need to run that one first. When it runs, you can now assign table value to that element, and then you print the table. If it's giving you error, that's what you should do. You should try that. Yes. So you see, now you can now print table, and you have to make sure that it is in small letters. So it works.
Yes.
So when you run it to the end, you let me know so that we can scrape the data and then have it in our Excel file.
I don't know if there is anybody who would wish to share. You know, I'm ahead of you by 2 hours.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
So now it is
Let me
past
share.
midnight, going to 1.
Let me share my own.
You're ahead of those in Nigeria or where?
I'm ahead of those in Nigeria by 2 hours.
Okay. I guess we'll just end the class here then.
So let's complete the code you posted. Let me share.
Okay, okay.
I'll share this thing.
Okay, let me stop sharing.
You can listen to the recording and practice on your own.
Okay.
Do we still have people here? We are almost done. You can see we are scraping the data. We have gotten the title now. Perfect. We have gotten the title of the data. So what do you think is left now? It's now left for us to carry every row that is in that data and put them under the titles that we have. Correct? That's what is left. So let's.
So I'm done.
Okay, you're done. Good, good.
No error.
No error. Beautiful. I love your spirit. Feel like sending
Thank
you
you,
to
sir.
feel like sending you to mass.
I beg you. Prefer Earth.
Okay. So let me see. There are two codes, but I want to find the place I ran the other simple code and then share to you.
Mr. David, please, where did you say we should import pandas?
Oh yeah, show her what you did.
Okay, from line of code of 31.
Import pandas as PD.
As PD, yes.
You
When
just run the code and it will, after importing, you can now DF means data frame. What we are trying to do with DF is we want to build a table. That is why we imported pandas. Remember, pandas is a data manipulation library, and you cannot work on tables or anything like that if you don't import pandas. Now, if you look at line 32, we are able to come up with a name for our table header. Correct?
Yes.
Without pandas, you cannot achieve this. I hope we are making sense. We are beginning.
Yes,
we are now. Before you know it, you will now see how this thing would look like in Microsoft Word. So if people go online, if you have ever imagined you want to copy a table from the internet to your Microsoft Word or Excel, by the time you copy it to your Excel or Microsoft Word, everything looks scattered. Correct?
Yeah.
But by the time you are good with web scraping, you see that you would take the data exactly as it was written as it was written on the website.
Sir, please, one more question. Please don't be offended or I ask too much.
Okay.
Like with this thing we are doing now, I think one can use this code the way it is, maybe manipulate it to script another site.
Yes, why not? All you need to do is to replace where you have that URL, replace it with the name of the new website. And then and then sometimes you find the table. If there are tables, it's going to show. If there are headers, it's going to show. If there are rows, it's going to show. You just keep using the code, run it, import pandas, do all of those things. So all I need you guys to do now is go back, get any website of your choice that can actually permit you to web script, and then practice.
Mr. David, please.
Assignment.
Mr. David.
Yeah.
Please, after the import pandas as PD, if you run it, is anything supposed to come out?
No, it's not supposed to come out.
Okay.
Because you are simply importing something. You are importing a library to use. The next thing that should come out after importing the library is your data frame. That is what came up in line 32. Without importing that pandas in line 31, and it ran, the output was successful. That's why it didn't show you error, And then line 32, you now call your data frame. You name it, you give it a name. You could as well just remove wall table titles. You could put something else. Does that make sense?
Okay. Yes, yes.
All right, so let's proceed. Let's go back.
Sir,
go back to the
Sir, please, for the last question, I will not ask again, please. What's the impact of this web scripting? What's the impact as a founder, as a term programmer?
Okay,
Scripting someone's website. What's the
the
impact of it?
beyond the impact, I think the question should be, what actually do you use web scripting for?
Yes,
Let's
that's what
say
I mean.
let's say you are working with Facebook or Google or any of these companies that handles thousands of data sets, and you have to get data sets from the internet, and then they now give you access to their website. They ask you, Mr. Peace or Mrs. Peace, please get us the total number of Nigerians that are on the internet that are using our product. Okay. So what do you simply do? You go ahead to scrape the data. So you can't go to Facebook and without having access to their database, and then you just want to they won't just give it to you if you don't have permissions, right? So like Wikipedia now, it's an open source
Yes.
website. You have permission, you can get the data. Let's say you are working in the banking sector and you are asked to get data from the internet from another banking sector in another country. Instead of traveling
Okay.
there to go and message them, please give me your data, let me use it to see whether we are arranging our own columns and rows correctly, or companies copy from each other, right? You can as well
Yes.
just go to their website and scrape the data, and then you
That
come
is
for
steal it now. It's
huh?
the act of trying to steal people's formats of web
Well,
design.
yeah, that's it. That's why I was describing web scraping to be using Python programming to be a cooperative.
So you are teaching us how to thief. No problem.
Yes, it's good. It's good for you. It's good for me.
Okay,
As
sir.
long as
Thank you.
it's not Gary that you are stealing inside the market.
Thank you, sir.
All right, you're welcome. So let's continue so that we can populate this website. Trying to see. So the next thing, let me see your last code.
This one, like 8.
So we say column data equals to this. Okay, so now we have print individual row data. So all of these are individual rows. Now we have in line 37, we already have column titles. In line 38, we have been able to print rows. So we have these two things ready. Now the problem is, how can you now take these rows and put them under the columns? That is what we are going to solve now. How can we put these rows under the columns? So we are going to use a function called the while loop or the for loop. Let me get the shorter code and put it for you. Where is that? I'm looking for the doc. Okay, I've seen it.
So he said we are going to use Panda.
So I've pasted a new code. Copy it. Have you seen the code?
Yes, sir.
uh, it's not
I
complete.
ran the first one, I didn't see any output.
You won't see because it's you didn't ask it to print anything. So you won't see any
Okay.
output. As long
Okay,
as
if I
it's
say print row underscore data, it will
yeah,
display.
it's going to print something for you, but that's not what we want. So you have to continue
Okay, sir.
paste the remaining code and let's see if it will work. It's saying you don't have to put it one after the other. Just put it as you see it, because the if statement there, you need to insert the else statement. So we have if len. Len is a function that you use to count how many columns, how many rows, all of those things. Don't worry. Yeah, if len, make sure it's aligned. Exactly. Then you
I
put,
can now run it.
no, don't run. There is an
Okay.
if statement there. There's another code which is the else statement. If you run this, you are going to see an error because it's going to be an incomplete syntax. Have you not seen the remaining code?
I've seen it, sir.
Exactly. So now you can run it. Let's see. What is it saying?
Wait. Let me correct some errors. I did not change the. So it's showing an error message.
Okay, it's showing error message. Okay, that means I need to use the other code. Give me a sec.
But is there any way we can debug the error?
Yeah, we can debug it. That's why I'm sending the next line of code to you now. So that means we need to define our.
Is it because we don't have end there? If this else, the end, do we need to include end statement?
This one is saying indentation error. So try to correct the indentation error. Let's see if it will work. If it's only indentation error, then I think we don't have any problem.
Minister David.
Yeah.
All these codes you are giving to us to run, for us to copy and paste and run. How do we come up with them by ourselves?
Yeah. I wish I had time to explain each of them, but I think I should tomorrow.
Okay.
I should explain them tomorrow. I just wanted you guys to have an understanding of what each of those codes mean and what they can actually do.
Okay.
So that when I explain, it will be, easier for you to understand. So now the indentation error, what are you still correcting? Wait. So if and else, it is if and else it has to be on the same line. Exactly. If and else have to be in the same line. So run the code again. Let's see. On does not match, indentation error. Def lock. So you see, def lock is not well indented with length. Check your def lock. It's already telling you exactly where you need to correct. Check your def lock. After you have if length, you have to align your def.lock with length.
Yeah.
Can you see it?
Is it that place?
Yes. So run it. Let's see if there's going to be another indentation error. Perfect.
So
So this
I want for Python or just this small thing. So
uh,
it means that all the codes, some of them should align properly.
yeah, so we just
Anything under if else statement should align.
Shebi, if somebody doesn't take care of you, people in this life, they will be angry now.
Just simple error. Why won't the thing now?
When you see people staying behind their laptops and then they are wondering what life is all about. So I want you to actually because this one is not giving us what we want. I want you to run the other code. The one I'm going to drop. Let me see. I think this one I want to drop should work.
Sir, please, I want to ask you something.
Ask me.
Please, is there any way we can copy all these codes from the beginning to the end, maybe paste all of them in our MS Word, so that one will be able to start from the beginning and study this code? Because you gave us assignment.
Is that not what I am doing by putting it in a doc?
I mean, together with the output. Is it possible?
Yes, you can actually download it. You can download what you have done into a PDF document.
That is what I mean. Thank you, sir.
So run the other code that I just dropped for you. So the first one was I simply did not assign the name of the column to the DF, to the data frame. So the second one is I had to assign the name of the column to each of the data frames, or to the data frame actually. And then I ran the code and it gave me what I wanted. But let's watch and see. Make sure it's properly aligned before you run the code this time around.
Okay, sir. Which means I'm starting from, I want to know where.
No. Just go to line 50. Go to line 50.
Line 50.
Yeah, you can paste the code there.
I'm trying to figure out where I stopped.
This is line 49. Just paste your code there in the next open line.
As in, what I mean, you started from or define your data frame.
No. Leave. You can copy, define your data frame columns here. That is a comment.
Okay,
right? And copy from beginning of that place to the end so that you understand exactly what you're doing. The comments are there to guide you. I had to write those comments to guide you.
Okay, sir.
The comments are not codes. They are all, you see, the comments all appear in green and codes appear in, So when you do that, I think those ones are okay. Why are you changing them? They are fine.
Okay. The single quote is what I should change.
No. Once you see those quotes making your data or variable to be read, then you know that it's in a string function and it's okay.
Okay. See the outputs.
Viola, that is it.
Wow.
That is it. So now the next thing we need to do is to now carry this data and put it in a what? Microsoft Excel. That's the last thing. And for us to do that, we need to, let me put Let me copy the code and put it in the
Mr.
box.
David,
Yes.
this is how we get CSV files from all these files we have in cargo. Is this how
Exactly. Now you are
okay.
now you are wise. Now you are wise. Now you are wise. You get it. You get it now. So you see, when other people are just lazy around getting CSV file, you are going to harvest it. You are the king of the data. You are the one that, so you can now that you have successfully scrapped this data, you can give the data your name. You can say word list data by Vivian. Anybody who gets this CSV file from GitHub from anywhere will definitely see that, okay, it was Vivian who got this data for us to use. That's it.
Okay, and it can be sold too.
Yeah, why not? When I say there's money in data scraping, what do you think I was doing?
Wow. Okay.
You can scrape data from if your village have a website that they are publishing names of people that have HIV, and you want to sell, you want
Sir, you have a bad mouth.
you want
Why
to sell,
why such a village with HIV?
no, I'm
Wow.
giving an example.
I'm used to his mouth. Don't worry.
Hey, this
All right.
now.
So the last thing we want to do is to take this data and put it in a CSV file. So that is the code for it. Now, you run this code, you are going to get an error because this code is actually from my laptop. I saved it in my laptop. You can see Python class 2023. That was it. And then / Python projects, and that is the file. That is my file location. So I need you now to go open your file on your computer, your file manager, and then we are going to find the location where your Python files are. You are going to
that one.
What?
Okay. Let me see if I can look.
You will locate it in
the notebook, local host notebook. Is it this particular place? Is it this?
I can't see your screen, so you have to stop sharing and share entire screen so that I see. But if you have privacy issues,
no, I don't have any.
So you have to share entire screen so that I can see what you are trying to copy and tell you how to copy it.
Look at what I'm saying. So like from this place we are coding.
My people, are you seeing what she is saying?
No. You're not saying it though. We are still saying your Jupyter notebook.
Stop sharing. Now share entire screen. So over 30 people were in this call and 14 have decided to become millionaires.
Sir, you need the entire screen. Like, is it the code window, that place where the Python, the Jupyter notebook, or just my system?
Your system. We need to locate the file.
Okay.
So open your file manager. Vivian, let's try you. Okay, you are back. Good. Open your file manager on your computer.
Are you seeing it now?
Yes, I am. By the help of God.
Yes.
Okay, there's a white screen. Is that heaven? Are we still in class?
Sir, is it? Should I go to the local, to my local disk?
Go to your local disk. Find where you have your Python file located. I want the rest of you to locate that place. Anybody that is first to locate it, let me know. Let me show you how to copy the file path. Because without copying the file path, you will not be able to save your document in CSV. The code that you have there, df.csv to_CSV bracket open R, all of those exactly what is there. The only thing that you are going to change is that file path of yours. My file path is users/HP Anaconda Python class 2023 and all of that. So that's where I save my work. And you should find where you are going to save yours to. Your white screen is still showing. I don't know if, is it all of you seeing the white screen?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
So can you stop sharing and share again? This time around with the whole thing. Or are you trying to locate the place?
No, it's on, but let me look for it first. I've stopped sharing them. It will be where the Python file is, but should be at the look. I think I saw that in program file.
Is there anybody that has been able to locate their file, their Python? Or do you want me to share my screen and just quickly show you how I was able to locate mine?
Sir, please do.
Yes, sir, please.
Yes, sir.
So we don't go for. So between today and tomorrow, I need all of you here. Make me proud. Go online, scrape any website. Make sure they allow, you don't do that illegally. Check if, of course, you know how to use request to check, right? Whether you can access the content of the website or not. Then there are some websites like Kaggle, for instance, because the data sets there are already scraped by different people. So you cannot go and a thief cannot go and steal from a thief. But for them to prevent that, you have to actually open an account and then they will give you a key. It's called API. It's the same thing with ChatGPT. It's the same thing with a lot of all those powerful websites. So that if a thief that is stealing from a thief in error, they will locate you with your API. So, but some websites you don't need to have all those API things. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen. This is the longest class I've had since I was born. And if I tell you that I have had two classes before this, would you believe?
Oluwafunmi lawyer. Ola.
Oluwafunmi. Fine.
Well done.
All right, can you see my screen?
Yes, sir.
All right, so I'm going to go to my home page. So I'm going to find it. I don't know where it is at the moment. So let me go to all files. So the simple thing is just to go to your search menu and search for your Python. I have too many things loaded on this system. Okay, this is not what I want. So I'm gonna come. So documents. Let me see. You see, I'm actually I'm learning like you people. Oh. Go to network. Okay, so go to your Windows file and I'm going to open any of these and check. Can you see that? So I went to my Windows, went to users. I can now locate Jupyter notebook. Okay, that's not it. I'm going to find another one, Anaconda. Okay, I see. Can you see now? Python class. Can you see? So this is the class. This is it now. This is the Python project and challenges. So I'm going to come here. This is the source file. I'm going to right click. And then I'm going to click on show more options. See, and then as you see this copy as path. Can you see that? Can you see copy as path?
Yes, we can see.
Yes.
That is
Well,
what
we can see from your own.
That is what you copy. But once you copy this as path, you can now go back to your code and then you paste it. So I actually want one person to do this so that I know that we have we have done something really, really serious today from the start till finish. So who wants to share their screen? So you go and copy your path. Come on, guys. Everybody don't die.
No, we still there alive.
I stay alive.
Share your screen.
Let me share now. Can you see it?
It's coming. What is it with this white screen? Because
you see that 10 white garment church.
Vivian, are you still here?
Yes, sir. Can you see it now?
No. Okay, yes.
So you see that yellow thing at your tax bar? That yellow box or folder, yeah, open it. That's the one you should open.
Which yellow? This one?
Yes, that is it now. Click on it. Then go to local disk. No. Go to local disk by your right hand side. Is it left? It's left. Yeah, that one. Click on it.
Okay.
Good. Click on users.
Public.
Okay.
Or default.
Now we are going. I don't know where your Jupyter is located, but let's find it. Find where your Jupyter notebook is located. Okay, I can see it. It's here. It's right here. So click on Jupyter. You can see that Python class. I can see it. No. Calm down. I can see that Python class. Is that it?
No, I think
web
the
scraping.
place I wrote those codes, Abby.
Yes.
It's from this one.
Now right click it, right click on it. And wait a minute. Click on properties. Click on, no. No, leave it.
Okay, properties.
Click on properties, yes.
Mhm.
Click on advanced. Let's see. No, click on advanced.
I've done that.
Okay, click on okay. There's a place where you can copy parts from here. I don't know. Now let's look at, no, don't cancel. Just, oh goodness.
Sorry, sir. You see it.
Click on security. Let's look at all of those menus. Click
Okay,
on,
is it this object name where I see
exactly.
C?
That is it. You get it.
Okay,
Right.
I've copied it.
Now go to your code.
See it here.
Now where you see from C, yes, remove all of that. Can you hide this stop sharing stuff? Remove all of that all the way to before you have dot CV.
Okay,
Then paste it there.
I've done that, sir.
So remove that dot IPYN something. Remove it because we want to put it in CSV.
Okay, dot IPYS.
Remove all of that. Awesome. So run the code now. Exactly. So now go back to that your file location. You will now see that there's a CSV file with a new name. No, not this
Okay,
one.
okay.
Your file proper, your file.
In Python.
No, your file menu. The one that
Okay.
you went to copy this code. Click on it. Yes. Can you see now? Go down. You will see that X. Scroll down. You see it there. You see XLX worksheet.
X work.
No, it's right there. The one before the last one. That's it
Okay,
now.
okay,
It's a
this
file
one.
extension. Click on it. You can,
Hey.
Viola, that's
Onye
it.
nkụzi anyị onye nkụzi anyị bụ obere onye ori ịdana Igbo.
Togo Waranodo.
In Excel file.
Exactly. So now that's how we web script. Ladies and gentlemen.
Wow, very interesting.
Wow.
Very, very interesting.
Thank you very much. Please, my brother, please
So
upload
this
this
document,
so that we can
this
even go
thing.
through it this night. So if you can upload it to YouTube or something, so that the recorded version, so that we can still go through it before daybreak, or maybe tomorrow we'll go through it.
Yeah.
I really deeply appreciate that we can go through it again.
All right. So the more you practice this, the easier, right?
Exactly. Yes, exactly.
Practice with as many websites as possible. Check the request error, the status code, and all of that. But once you get a 404 or 403, just let them be. Or you go and get their API. There are some websites that are free for you to web scrape. Others are not, but web scraping is a very good field. In fact, let's even do something before we leave. Just go to the internet, go to Google, and go to Google, search for Python web scraping jobs. Python developer web scraping jobs.
Look what I have 115 web scripts in Python.
So you now you go sabi. Selenium is also another library that we may not have time to look at. So go and have fun. Go through it, because a lot of people, when they are looking for a job in tech, they all carry themselves and put inside one field or one section. Meanwhile, you can be a Power BI developer, you can be a Tableau developer, you can be a Python developer with specialism in web scraping. Our UK ambassador in the health tech is like you people. No, the majority of what she does in her office is she's using Microsoft Excel, and she's a senior data analyst. So when you get to learn some of these things, master it, become a master of it, and before you know it, you start doing certain things around what you've mastered, and it's easier for you to tell people you are good at it, you can defend it, blah. So learn as much as you can, practice. Come back, watch this video, practice as much as you can, fall in love with learning, with reading, watch videos, so on. It will help. Tomorrow, I have the time, I could explain a few lines of code after I'm done explaining the code we use in our first project or second project, or is it third project? I don't know. So I think this is our third or fourth project.
First assignment now. Assignment, we use any site of our choice and script it.
Yes, and script the web. So you can write that in the comments.
So I have a question, please. I won't ask again. Two questions. One, if we have we meet a secured site, how can we script it? One, then two, these codes now we've written, how can we download everything, including the code itself and the outputs?
So let's start from the last question. Go to File menu, click on File.
From my system.
No, from your Jupyter notebook. Go back to your code.
Which file do you say I should click on? Is it from the Python?
File menu on Python, yes.
Okay.
Well, the file menu, maybe I should have called it
file
file.
menu.
Yeah.
No, I've seen it. File menu.
So you can see download as. Can you see the download? So go down.
Okay. Yes, download as.
You can download as all of those things, even PDF, Python, which is PY, all those extensions. So you can download it as PDF. The last one there via HTML. Then the other question, if you meet a website that is secure, two things are involved. You either send them a message, you either send the website a message, or whoever is handling it that you would love to scrape from them and hear from what they have to say, or you simply sign up.
Okay, you send it. Okay, for secure sites, you send them a message.
Yeah, you can send them a message asking for permission to web scrape. They can give you access to their backend or something. It could even be a code that they may give to you to have access to the website. So there's no harm in asking. But most times, if you are working with any company that is asking you to web scrape, they will probably have access to that website before they. For instance, medical doctors, they work with a lot of data, and they need to do a lot of web scraping.
Okay, so I've seen it has opened.
Okay, it has opened, right?
The downloaded files now.
All right.
Okay, Mr. David, please, on the Jupyter notebook, how do you see all your notebooks, what you've been working on, all the classes you've been having?
How do we see it?
Yes, where are they saved? Like,
But I just showed you where we went to see one of them. You can also see them
on the Jupyter notebook.
You
On
can
the
see
Jupyter
them
itself.
on the Jupyter notebook itself. Can you share your screen? Let's look at it.
Okay.
I'm not here.
What?
Oh, why this network again? Please, I didn't hear what
So
you asked. Please.
it wasn't a question. Someone was trying to know where to locate files on Jupyter Notebook. So stop sharing. Let her share her screen. So
okay, sir.
Now go to your let's see. Save this work. Save this one here. Click on click on save. There's a save button just below the file menu.
Below the file. This one. Okay.
Yes.
Save and checkpoint. Okay.
So it's saved. Now click on Jupyter.
Yeah.
No, click on Jupyter. That one, yes. So this is it. This is where all your files are, right? So you can now scroll down and open each of them to really find out where your files are located. Or most of the time they could either be below, like you see, you could see all of them.
Okay.
And then you can open any of them from there. So
I click on it and then
you only need to click on it. Click on the body. It's a hyperlink. It takes you to the next one. Except you want to delete or carry a lot of actions.
Okay.
Then you can check all of those ones. All right, guys. If I don't leave now, I'm going to faint, and all of you will continue with your lives. I must leave.
Thank you very much, Mr. David.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. God bless you.
God bless you. This kind of sacrifice is rare. Very, very rare. God bless you. We deeply appreciate.
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome.
And God will take you higher.
Amen. Enjoy your weekend. Thank you so much. And I hope.
Thank you, sir.
All right. Bye.
Bye.